and greetings. On this video, I'll show a simple way to set up Emby on Windows, and we're going to be using a network share. Now, the network share could be on a NAS, it could be on another server. It doesn't matter. It's just a share, as long as it's a share that Windows can get to. So if you buy your off-the-shelf NAS, or if you set up your free NAS, the reason why I don't use the plugins for the free NAS or even Open Media Vault, the issue is what I've ran into trouble is if years down the road I need to update something, for whatever the hell reason they won't support the plugin. Now I'm screwed. Now I'm used to using something and I gotta reinvent the wheel. And that happened to me with Plex. That's the reason why I started looking at other stuff. So step one, we're gonna go ahead and search for Emby. So yeah, that's fine. So Emby, I'm gonna go ahead and search, and here it is, Emby .media. And no, I don't want that. All you're gonna do is click on download, and I'm gonna click on Windows, and I'm gonna go ahead and download the stable release. Click on that, and there it is, downloaded. So I'm just gonna click on the setup. So you can follow the video. Go ahead and make sure you're using Google Chrome. That way it's apples to apples. So anyway, let's jump back on this. So I'm gonna click on run, and I'm gonna go ahead and close the browser because I don't need that no more. And then it is gonna ask you or tell you that you need to, like on my particular case, I have to install the .NET. Just click on accept and let it do its thing. Okay, so the .NET did take roughly about 10 minutes on, I'm using an old computer, but it works. So now you're gonna get this application to run. I'm running Windows 8, and I mean, your typical click on run and so forth. So just follow directions on that. And let me zoom out just so we're seeing. So here's the Emby server. Now it's actually downloading the actual server itself. So it already installed the .NET. Now it's getting ready to install the actual Emby. And we're going to go through the whole thing. I'm going to try to make this video as short as I can, but I'm going to touch every single step from beginning all the way to the end. So once it actually starts up, all it's going to ask you is you're going to select which country you're from. You can click on next. Now my setup is that I actually have HDHomerun that I use for my TV, and that's basically it. That's how we stream TV here. My kids actually live in California because I work on contract, so they literally watch the TV from here, from Houston, and you could actually just do that by opening ports and so forth, but we won't get too deep into that. We're going to get this thing up and running and using an external NAS. Now you get to this piece right here, right? So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and skip the library. We don't care for the library itself. So I'm just going to skip everything and just let the install complete. I'm even going to skip the HDHomerun. And then the terms, you're going to go ahead and accept that. We're going to click on next and finish. So now at this point, the Emby server is actually running. The first thing we're gonna do is close this thing out and reboot the computer. Okay, so once the machine boots up, the very first thing you want to do is create a link from your computer to your NAS. My particular NAS, my last octet is 199, and we'll go through the whole thing over and over. Yours might be 02. I mean, everybody's going to have a different type of share, so it doesn't necessarily have to be a NAS. It could be any Windows share. It could be even a share on another computer, right? Literally another Windows computer. The point is that that piece of it, you're going to have to figure out where you're going to share it from. I'm not going to get into that part. When you set up NAS drives, you normally set up a share. The first thing is I'm going to create an MK link. Oops. And this MK link is going to, I'm going to create an MK link /D. I'm going to create a folder called videos on the main C drive, and it's going to come out of this particular share. Okay. And then on the second one is right here. I'm going to create two pictures. I'm going to create that folder on the C drive, and then I'm going to create it from this particular share. So let me zoom out and let's get this whole thing going. The first thing that we're going to do is search, and either go search here on the upper right, or you can just right click to here and go to search. Okay, Windows moved pretty much everything around, so if you're running Windows 7, it's going to be under your programs and under start and accessories. But enough about that. We're going to bring up the command prompt, right click to this, and you have to run it as administrator. That is a key part of this. So here's the actual command line, and I'm also going to open my C drive so we can actually see this whole thing in action. So let me zoom in. And I'm trying to make it as easy as I can, but at the same time, I mean, it is what it is. So if I type in mklink /D, and then what folder or what directory am I going to create? Well, I want to create it on my local C drive, and I want to call that folder videos. Okay, I'm going to close my clause, then I'm going to space this, and then where's this share going to come from? Well, on my particular situation, my share sits on 192.168.1.199 /main /videos. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and close this, and now when I hit enter, you're gonna see it pop up right here. Okay, so here it goes. So if you did it right, if it worked good for you, it's gonna tell you symbolic link created, and then it's gonna tell you what folder you created and from where. And here's the file. So if I was to double click on this, here's movies now. So they don't reside locally on this computer, but Windows does see it as a local drive. I mean, it's local folder. Now we're going to go ahead and create the last one, which is pictures. But for this one, I'm just going to copy and paste. So I'm just going to copy this and paste it over here. And you're going to see on the C drive, you're going to see the folder pictures are going to show up. And same thing, if you get an error, you type something wrong. If I go to pictures, you could actually see there's pictures here. There was my kids a couple years ago when we went looking for the tree. So now that we got the shares going, now we can actually go back to our Emby. But to make sure that Emby is running, once the machine reboots, you're going to go to Start. On Windows 7, obviously it's going to be under Programs. Under Windows 10, It's still going to be under programs, Windows 8 and 8.1. You're going to go into your start and then go down your down arrow, and here's Emby right here. So it depends what Windows you're running is where it sits. I mean, the good old days, everything's kind of sat around the same spots, but yeah, Windows decided to change stuff around. And when it runs, you're gonna notice, because it's gonna be running right here by your clock. It's gonna be running right there. So once it runs, we're gonna go ahead and open our Chrome, and we're gonna go to local host, and then port 8096. Okay, so this is your default greeting dashboard. You're going to hit on the gears right here in the upper right. Now remember, this is your actual dashboard. Now what we're going to do is we're actually going to go here to library. Click on library on the left. And now we're going to go ahead and let me zoom in right there. We're going to click on add library, media to library. I'm going to select right here on the blue where it says add. And I'm going to click on the C drive, because now remember, I already linked to the NAS drive. So now all I have to do is go look for my videos, and there's my videos. I'll click on OK. That's going to link up. Under content type, I'm going to select movies, and I'm actually not going to display it as movies, as they're actually videos. They're kid programs basically. Save. I am gonna want to save the media tag locally. I want to download the images in advance, and I want to enable real time. So basically, on this enable real time, it's constantly monitoring any changes to that folder. And these two here are optional. The save art, if you want to save it locally, that's all for you. I just save it locally on the actual drive that I share, because it tends to bring up the thumbnails faster. I've noticed that. So, but once you select those three, you're gonna click on OK, and now the movies are added. The next, and you can start seeing it's actually scanning it. The next thing I'm gonna do is click again to add media, but this time when I click on the blue, I'm gonna look for pictures. So I'm gonna go down to pictures right here. Okay, now once that's done, I'm gonna press OK, and contents, yeah, there it goes, photos, and yeah, photos is fine. Enable photos, photos will be detected, yeah, that's fine. And I will also want to do the enable real-time monitoring. I definitely want to get that going. I don't want to do the embedded title. Yeah, I just don't like doing it. Press OK. So now if you notice, we have photos and we have videos, and the contents of it is movies, and you can see it's actually scanning them. So now let me zoom out, and you can start seeing these pictures are actually linked up. Now it depends how big your library is, that's how long it's going to take. The bigger the library, and if you have a slower computer, then definitely it is going to take a while. So just keep in mind that if you do have a lot of stuff, it could take up to an hour to update everything. But you know, everybody's has different things. So now if I want to see how this is working, what I'm going to do is click on this little house on the upper left, and now you notice I have photos, but now under videos, remember how before it just said folders? It actually shows the thumbnails of the video. So if I oops, I don't want to click on that. If I click on videos, these are the actual videos that are actually already there, that have actually got uploaded. They're my kids' stuff. So I'm gonna tap that, and let's say here the Ben Tennyson. It gives you kind of what it is, and hit play. Now this is actually coming through the network into this local computer. Now you can actually see it working right here. So that's the actual video. The next thing we're gonna do is check the picture. So I'm gonna go back to home, and I'm gonna click on photos, and here's the kids photos that I was talking to you about, and the thumbnails should start popping up. And see, there's the thumbnails kicking in. So here are my kids popping up. Now remember, I'm actually using an old computer, so but you can see there the kids come up. If I close this, you know, and this is a full-blown, you know, I mean, it's up and running. Now this is how you actually add your content, meaning videos, photos, etc. The next thing we're gonna do is link to my HDHomerun. The two things that you're gonna need to see live TV, the first thing is gonna be some kind of scheduler that normally is a paid subscription, and the one that I use, and I've used it for years, is called Schedules Direct. Here it is right here. Schedules Direct. Now, I want to say that I pay around $25. Oh, here it is right here. 25. Yeah, it is $25 a year. So $25 a year, 7-day free trial, a 2-month membership for $6. Yeah, this is totally up to you if you want to do it this way or not. Why I use it is because I've used network medias for a long time. Even I used to use Myth TV, and it has the same concept. And I needed something to update my schedules, the TV schedule. So, you know, I mean, it's just a paid subscription. But every year for the past 7 years, I've been paying $25. But anyways, you know, it works out. So you create your membership, and then you go from there. So that's where you do that. Now let's actually link the scheduler to your media player. So you're gonna have to have some kind of tuner on the network. So to get that going, I'm gonna go ahead and click on this gear. So it's right here where it says on the left under extras, it says live TV. You click on that, and the first thing I'm gonna do is click under here under tuner device. Let me zoom in so you can see it. Tuner device. Click on the blue for add, and I use HDHomerun. I've used it for a couple years, and actually I've used it for, God, almost 6 years. I'm used to it. Everybody is used to using it. My kids actually live in California, and they can see basically their Disney Channel and so forth all the way from California, and I'm here in Texas. So definitely powerful stuff, and just once you get it up and running. But you're gonna enter your tuner IP dot 71.99 is my tuner, and I actually do like doing the transcoding on the fly. Now I do have favorites, but I let it just scan for everything. So once you actually have your IP that you want to your unit, you're gonna click on OK, and at the same time it tells you how many tuners you got. So I have a HDHomerun Prime, excuse me, and I have 3 tuners. So right off the back, I could be watching one, it could be recording on another one, and someone else could be watching something else. I mean, you have 3 tuners to do whatever you want. So that's step 1. The next thing you're going to do is click under here where it says Guide Provider. Click on the Add, and you can see the Schedule Direct is right there. So I'll click on that. And for that, what you're going to do is you're going to enter your username and your password, and it should link up. So once it links up, the next thing it's going to ask you is what the country is. Okay, and then you're going to enter the zip code you're actually that you're looking for, and then you click on lineup. So under lineup, I actually use Comcast. So it does take a little bit to actually come up, but once it comes up, you can click on that, and here's Comcast for me. Once that's in, you're going to click on save, and you want to go ahead and enable for all tuner devices, because that way, if you're using one tuner for something else, but it's up to you. I mean, this is the way that I set it up, and it works excellent. I mean, we have no problems. Because at the end of the day, you just have to be practical. If people can't use it, yeah, it just won't work. I mean, like anything, my wife just wants things. She just wants to get a remote and click on it. So I have to make something super easy, so everybody can use it and enjoy it. It's kind of useless. Nobody can use it. The TV guide does take. Okay, so this part took almost an hour to refresh. Okay, so now we finally got the whole TV guide information done. Now we can actually test it out. We're gonna go ahead and click on the house right here. And now when we go on live TV, you'll notice that we have a guide right here, or channels. So we're gonna click on guide. And you can see now it has the dates right here of the calendar. We're on Saturday the 18th. And now you can actually see all these, the schedules are actually up to speed. Now the other thing was we could also click on channel, and it'll take us straight to the channels. So let's assume that you want to record something that's on the schedule. So you click on the channel you want. I don't know, I mean, something, the Cartoon Network. Why not? So this would be your DVR. So right now, this Dragon Ball Z is there. So the next thing that's coming up is this thing right here. JoJo's something something. So we click on that. And you'll notice that now we're greeted by a problem. To go ahead and start recording a whole series, you have to actually get Prime. Right here, get Emby Prime. So Emby Prime, actually let's click on it. I want to say, yeah, it's about $100. Yeah, a lifetime is $100, which is the one that I got. I got the lifetime. I rather do the lifetime. It's the same thing that I did for Plex. I've been getting the lifetime, and then that way I don't worry about it. But anyways, it's either $5, $4.99 for a month. The 1 year is $50, and then the lifetime is $100. Get whichever one you want. But once you actually get your Prime, then what you'll do is you'll actually go back to your gear right here, back to your dashboard, and you see where it says here Prime. You're gonna go ahead and put the ID right here where it says Prime Emby Prime key. You just paste it on the email that they send you. You click on save, and that's it. You're done. Then at that point, you could go back to your schedules. I mean, or your live TV, your channels, or your guide, and you can start recording. So it'll let you play it, but it won't let you record it. So let's say Animal Planet. Why not? If I click on Animal Planet, and if I click on play, it'll show me the live TV, but it will not let me record it. So we can actually see this is the live TV. It's going to take a little bit to catch up. But you know, it is what it is. Again, if you want to record it, you definitely need Prime. Now, you don't need Prime to be able to see it on the phone. Um, Basically, it'll stream whatever you want, um, but you just won't be able to record it like a DVR. You know, now we know that Prime is maybe a way to go uh, to record if you want to do recording. Now, let me show you one of my servers that actually do have it on Prime. Let me actually put it on that. So on here, you could actually see that I obviously have more stuff. But if I go to my live and if I go to a channel, I think we were doing Cartoon Network. So on Cartoon Network, if I was to go to this one here, the Joe, and you'll notice that I actually have access to record. I can either record or record the whole series. So when I click on record series, you could actually see it literally starts right on the money. So again, if you are going to be doing recording, definitely go with Prime. If all you wanted just to view and to push live TV through the web, then you don't need Prime. You could actually do it remotely. I mean, without Prime. But again, all that good jazz, subscribe, thumbs up, and hopefully this made sense. Thanks a lot.